Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is David. This is Trucking and Politics. Maybe for this video, I should rename it Trucking and Stock Investing. Okay, I've been wanting to do this video for a while because I used to, back years ago, buy and sell stocks. Now, if you've watched this channel or if you followed along with me very much, you would know my stand is I don't really like corporate trucking companies. I don't like big mega corporations. I don't like the fact that the stock market gives them an upper hand, an edge on competition. Regardless of my personal feelings, the stock market is not going away. It is here to stay. It's been with us for years, and it is a way for you to make money. And it's open for everyone. Anyone can get into stock market, buying, selling, trading, as they call it. I wanted to give you a little bit of my personal history, and with this video, just give you like a little glimpse and just a chip off of the top of the iceberg, if you want to look at it that way. More than likely, I am going to do other videos getting in a little more in depth in buying and selling stocks. Hopefully, this will be an interesting video for you. I want to be a very honest person. I want to be honest with myself, and I want to be honest with my viewers. I do not want to give out any misleading information. I don't want to deter you from something because of my personal feelings towards something. With that being said, I still point out the fact that corporate trucking on Wall Street, in my opinion, still has this upper edge. It pushes smaller companies down and lifts bigger companies up. I don't like that mentality. And that's just a personal thing for me. If you like working for a corporate trucking company, if you like that atmosphere, hey, that's your thing, you know? Like a friend of mine told me today, no matter how hard you try, things are going to be as things are going to be. And it's true. I mean, it's very true. With that being said, like I said, this video is like a bare basic introduction into buying and selling stocks. And I want to tell you my personal story about how I got into stocks and what happened to me and why I got out of buying and selling stocks. And like I said, further videos in the future, I'll go a little more in depth about the specifics of stocks and what to look for and how to set stock charts up and how to read stock charts and stuff like that. A little more technical. This one is more laid back, my story, and that sort of thing. So my story is in 2007, I was a truck driver. I was a company driver. I had not got into being an owner operator yet. I started in the year 2000, worked until 2007. I was really getting burned out with driving a company truck. And along about the latter part of 2007, I was sitting at a stoplight in a town in the town that I live in, and I got rear-ended by a car. They were estimating the lady driving the car was doing about 50 miles an hour, never hit her brakes, rear-ended me, and it hurt, and it hurt really bad. And I could not walk for about 3 to 4 months, something like that afterwards. It did a lot of nerve damage to my left leg. I ended up having to get back surgery over it. And yeah, and I was down and out for a while. And it was a much needed break, not a much wanted break, but a much needed break to get away from trucking because, like I said, I was getting burned out. And while I was sitting at home, I never really felt sorry for myself about it. But I got on the internet, started doing researching and just looking at different things. I had in the back of my mind, I guess, that I could buy and sell stocks, but I had no clue, no education about how to do it whatsoever. None. I mean, I was as green as a person can get, okay? I didn't even know anything about it. I found this website. It was a forum. And in that forum was a chat site that was inside of the forum. I mean, what I would do is in the morning, I would log into that, and there would be other amateur stock traders in there. And they would tell me all this information that I'm about to give you. And this went on for months and months and months. And I got brave and I started a stock market account for myself for personal use. Okay. I bought a stock, and I believe the very first one I bought was Ford Motor Company, and it went up. And I thought, wow, this is easy. I mean, this is a no-brainer. You just throw money into it and it goes up. You make money. Is that as easy as this is? And it went up again and again, and then it went down a little bit. And, it continually went up and down, but, it was on a steady rise. Not a huge increase, but, it made money. I got brave. I sold that stock. I bought another one. And that stock, I believe, within the first week of owning it, went down something like 23%. And I lost my butt. And I said, I'm getting out of this. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing here. And I can't handle a financial loss like this. But I stayed in the forum and I stayed in the stock chat room and was talking, and there was a lot of people that were way more experienced than myself, and they started giving me a lot of information that is extremely helpful, and that is where I learned how to be an educated investor. Now, back then, after I had my rise and my fall, and then I started rising again, I did something that a lot of investors do. A lot of people do this. They get eccentric. They get big-headed. They get egotistical. They get downright conceited. And they will tell you flat out, I know everything there is to know about the stock market. I know how to make money on the stock market. I have got filthy rich off of the stock market. Listen to me and I will tell you everything there is to know. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that now, but I probably would have said that back in 2007. Probably. um, Here's the thing about me, and this is a very personal thing about me. I want to be true with myself. I want to be true and honest with myself. With that being said, I would not feel right if I was not true and honest with you. And that's just the honest truth. I mean, I promise you. If I ever say anything that is wrong, it is either a mistake that I said it or I just misspoke. Okay? Because I don't feel right giving out false information. I don't. I just, it makes me feel weird to give false information. It makes me feel dirty inside to give out false information. Now, opinions are one thing, but just blatantly giving out false information, especially for profit, especially for money, that's just wrong on so many levels to me. It really is. And it's not me. It's not the way I am. With that being said, I want to tell you something that one of the amateur stock investors in this chat room told me one time. And he was a very experienced person. I learned a lot of information from him. And he would say it as a joke, but he meant it from his heart. No one can accurately predict what the stock market is going to do. No one. I don't care how much information you have. I don't care how much experience you have. I don't care how much knowledge you have. I don't care how big your head is or how big your ego is. No one can accurately predict what the stock market is going to do. It is a gamble. Now, back in 2007, I would have fought and argued with you over that. I was overconfident. I was egotistical. I was conceited. I thought I knew it all, and I knew how to make money off of the stock market. And that is wrong. That is wrong. Now, with saying that, don't get scared of the stock market. Don't get scared of it. This is not me trying to push you away from the stock market. This is me telling you, be careful what you do. Be very patient. It's like a game of chess. Sit and think and deliberate and debate and think about what your next move is. Investing is a lot like a game of chess. You make the wrong move and you failed. You make the right move, there you go. You've got riches ahead of you. Think of it as your life depends on your next move. That is one of the big reasons I got out of the stock market, is because I was looking at getting rich and I was wanting to get rich quick. And you can do it. I'm being honest with you. You can do it if you can handle the stress. I personally can't handle that stress. Now, as a long-term strategy over years, really honest, and this is my honest opinion to you. This is my very, very honest opinion to you. As a long-term strategy, Okay? You can make money off of the stock market very easily if you know the right move to make. Okay? Now, I am not a licensed stock investor. I am not a licensed personal financial assistant. That's not where I'm coming at with this video at all. I'm just telling you there are things that work and there are things that doesn't. Okay? With that being said, the first and foremost thing you always have to remember with the stock market and buying and selling and trading stocks, the very first thing you need to remember, and you need to have this like branded in your brain to where you recite it every day, is what I just said. No one can accurately predict what the stock market is going to do. No one. I don't care if it is the biggest stock investment group that there is in the world. They cannot accurately predict what is going to happen. They can't. They just absolutely cannot. Okay? You just can't do it. The other thing is, don't be so egotistical that you think you're above that mentality. Don't ever do it. Greed is your enemy whenever you are doing the stock market. Greed is your enemy. Take it in baby steps. Don't get too aggressive. Make a start and make a finish and work on a goal. Okay? Take baby steps. Don't throw all of your money into one bundle. Okay? Make different stages. Another thing is, you never use money that you need. Okay? If you're living check to check, and I know this one guy that I was in this stock chat with, he literally took a cash advance off of a credit card to go buy stocks because of what all of us was saying in this chat room, and he got overexcited about it and said, I'm taking your advice, guys. I'm taking your advice. I pulled this money off of my credit card. I'm going to be a millionaire. That poor soul. That poor soul. Well, don't ever do that, folks. Look at it as you're going to go buy a lottery ticket. Now, if you've got a gambling issue, if you've got a lottery buying issue, whatever like that, you don't even need to do the stock market. You don't need to gamble. You don't need to buy lottery tickets. You don't need to do any of that stuff at all. None of it. Okay? I'm going to roll this window down. There's a train coming. Don't ever do the stock market with money that you need. Okay? Don't ever do that. Don't sell the family fortune, if you want to look at it that way, and put it all into one stock in the stock market thinking, oh, I've got insider information. This stock is going through the roof. Don't do that, folks. Please don't. Please don't do that. No matter how confident you are, don't do that. You wouldn't go down and put $10,000 down on a horse race. I hope you wouldn't. Whenever you need to pay rent and a car payment or a house payment or whatever your payments are that are due that week, and you've taken your whole life savings and threw it down on one horse thinking that horse is going to win and you're going to walk away with $1 million. No rational person would ever do that. And don't do that with stocks either. Take the baby steps. Put $50 in, $100 in. And if you lose it all, hey, that's okay. You know, look at it that way. I've lost $50. Okay, that's fine. Look at it that way. Now, educated guesses will help you. Educating yourself, and that's what I want to do in further videos, is, educate with what I know on the tools that can help you make an educated guess. Like my first buy that I bought with Ford, I knew the very basics. I knew what a stock symbol meant. I knew what the letter F, that is Ford's symbol on the stock market. I knew how to type that in to my brokerage account, and I knew how to hit the buy button with the shares, the money that I had, and that's it. I didn't know how to read a stock chart. I didn't know how to do any kind of research on a stock. I didn't know how to do research on a company. Now, in 2007, when I was doing this, there wasn't that much information out there. Now, this is November of 2024, while I'm doing this video, there is a wealth of information. I mean, I was literally just right before this video researching a trucking company stock that had been sent to my email by a research group. I mean, the information is everywhere, but you have to be able to know how to dissect it and everything. Now, if this sounds like, I'm just running over the same thing over and over again, it probably is just that. But like I said, this is just an introductory, just a basic thing about it, And the thing that I want to stress to you is educate. Educate yourself. Learn as much as you can. If these videos help you, great. Great. And then I've done good, the way I see it. Don't self-harm yourself. Don't put yourself in a position where you harm yourself by making a crazy decision. Don't get above yourself. Don't get like full of greed, okay? Because that is the thing that the stock market will do to eat you up, chew you up, and spit you out. Don't believe a lot of the people that are talking to you. One person on YouTube that I heard just the other day, and this is true, this person said that, and it was a truck driver that is talking about making a lot of money, and he is investing in the stock market. And he said, now is the time to get into the stock market because Trump has just got elected and the stock market is going through the roof. I'm going to put something up right here. I'm going to put this up. Now, this may not mean anything to you, but I'm going to explain it. This is a 5-year chart on the S&P 500. It is called the Spider Index. That's what stock investors call it, is the Spider Index, the S&P 500. So, look at this. This is a 5-year chart. What has it been doing for the last 5 years? It's been going up. Right there at the first, you see the little divot that went down, and it went crazy. There's a lot of noise going on right there. I'm not trying to say anything really technical about this, but you can see something is going on right there, right? That was when the pandemic hit. And that's when it all went crazy because no one knew what was going on. And it all got crazy. But it recovered really quickly and it started going up. And for the last 5 years, it's been on a steady rise. This is that disinformation I'm telling you about. This has nothing to do with Donald Trump getting elected. Nothing. And all of these reports on TV and everything, oh, the stock market is going up, it's going crazy. Everybody get into stock market, get investing and all this. That is such false information. Anytime is a good time to get into the stock market. Anytime is a bad time to be into the stock market if you're dumb. And I don't mean to say that you are a dumb person, but making dumb decisions, uneducated, wild guesses, is a bad time for you to get into the stock market. Okay? So, that's what I'm wanting to bring this video to you about, is just hitting the high notes, hitting just a little bit, getting you prepared. And then the next video, I'm going to go a little more in depth with it and tell you what to look for, what to not look for, what information is good, what information is bad. Okay? Okay? And, I'm making basically nothing off of this. YouTube pays me basically nothing. So I'm only doing this for a helpful tidbit for you. That's really all I'm doing this for. So the next video that I'm going to put out, I may just do it now. The next video that I'm going to do is how to start a brokerage account, what it means to start a brokerage account, the ins and outs of brokerages, and maybe I'll add in, initial thoughts on how to read a stock chart. If that's something that interests you, if you're wanting to get into buying and selling stocks, if you're wanting to further educate yourself, maybe you're already into buying and selling stocks, but you really don't know what you're doing, but you want to further educate yourself, I'm going to try my best to give you the most honest information that I possibly can, to give you the most help that I can, so you could be an educated investor. Now, it's totally up to you and whatever the stock market does, whether you show a big gain or not. Okay? Like I said, it's about a chess game. It's whatever move you make. Okay? But with that being said, I'm going to end this video here. So, catch you on the next one. Hopefully, I'll just go ahead and do it and start getting into this. So, you guys be safe out there. Take care of one another. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.